Hey, what's going on, everyone? YouTube. Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with financial institutions, and how to get you access to high limit credit funding. So, I have a special video today that I'm going to share some information that I was actually able to gather. Actually, some pretty game changing information. So, the other day, I went to M&T Bank, which is a bank that I recently, back in 2019, I actually, and I posted this on my Instagram as well. I think I probably did a YouTube video as well, just on their checking account deposit bonus. So, I opened an account and, just start putting some money in there. I got the bonus, whatever. So I have some money in their account. So I went in the other day and I spoke with one of their branch managers who, is in charge of the small business lending at M&T Bank. And I was able to gather some data points on. So they offer some business credit cards, and I actually, went in there to talk about that, gather some information about that, as well as get some information on their other, business services as far as like merchant processing, things like that. So there's a couple important things that I did gather from my meeting, and so there's I guess I'm not going to say misconception because it does have a lot of truth to it, but this is in regards to um, with business credit cards, having to utilize your personal credit score to get approved for it. And from the information that I gathered from M&T Bank, they do not necessarily rely on your personal credit score to get you approved for a business credit card. So here's what I was actually told. So from what I was told, of course, when to be able to apply for a business credit card, first you have to establish a business checking account with them. So you can't just apply. I mean, you can't apply online or anything like that. You have to actually go in branch first, and they actually utilize the whole concept of relationship banking. Um, so first you have to open up a business checking account with them, and then they offer other services like I mentioned, like merchant processing, because they are a payment processor. So they kind of tailor their solutions to fit your business depending on the volume of transactions and things like that. What they do require that you provide, when you are opening an account with them, they're going to want to see, your articles of organization. They're going to want an operating agreement. They're going to want to see business tax returns, and you have to be in business for at least 2 years. And what they do for the business credit cards to get approved for that, like I said, you have to have all of that supporting documentation. Um, and then what they will do is they will soft pull your personal credit. However, it's not a hard pull, so you're not going to get a hard inquiry on your personal credit. What they will also pull is your business credit report to get you approved. So they utilize Experian and Equifax, which was actually kind of interesting because, um, there's some differences in the types of businesses or institutions that use those different types of, um, you know, um, business credit reports. So generally, like trade credit's going to use either Dun and Bradstreet or Experian, um, and then like business credit cards, for the most part are like personal guarantee, or they're going to use Experian as well. And so I was told that they soft pull your personal credit, so it's not a hard pull. And what they're looking for is to see if you have any derogatory accounts. So if you have like negative accounts, that could sort of disqualify you. But if your personal credit is clear of derogatories, then that's just one layer of it. And then what they will do is pull your Experian and your Equifax business credit reports to qualify you for a business credit card with M&T Bank. And I guess, the reason why, they're probably just doing that is because, like I said, you really can't fake it with, you know, um, establishing an account with them because, like I said, they're going to be asking you for, your operating agreement. They're going to want to see, they're going to want to see your business tax returns. So they're asking for a lot of documentation, and really, I mean, if you don't necessarily have a legitimate business, because what see a lot out here is people building business credit, and it's kind of like a shell company where there's really not much, if any, business at all that's actually being conducted. But people are just going through the motions, going through steps to establish certain you know business credibility, but at the end of the day, they're not really transacting or they're not generating any revenue. So that's one very, very important thing that to qualify for one of these business credit cards, you can't really get around. So if you're not, if you don't have business tax returns, then you're not. There's no way just to only qualify based on your business credit profile. So this, in a sense, like I said, it's not using your personal credit to necessarily qualify you with regard to underwriting, but it is being used sort of as a screener to see, if you do have any like derogatories. But at the end of the day, once you get past that part of the application process, then they're really looking at your business, looking at how much money you made, based on your business, or how much revenue you made based on like your business tax returns, and then they're also pulling your business credit report. So in a sense, this is not necessarily, like I said, like some of the traditional business credit cards where you could just apply and they're using your personal credit to qualify you on. Here, they're not qualifying you based only on your personal credit. Like I said, they're looking at your overall business, and they're also looking at your SIC code as well to see what type of industry you're in. To do a more thorough risk assessment of your business. So this is one I guess institution where you can't really just go through the motions, even though, like I said, there's no minimum personal credit requirement. You don't need to necessarily have a 700 or something like that. They just use your personal credit as a screener, but the underwriting decision is going to be based on primarily your business. So you're going to have some legitimacy to your business. So if you're one of these companies where you have a very short, you haven't really been in business that long, or you don't have business tax returns, then this is definitely not going to be a viable option for you. So it's definitely institution for you to consider if you do have a legit business. But if you're just kind of going through the motions, getting this account or getting that account and just ordering one thing, and you have some things reported on your business credit, but you're not actually doing business, then you're not really going to be able to qualify for this. But if you do have a legitimate business and you have revenue, you have business tax returns, you're in good standing, you have an operating agreement, all of those good things, then you could actually go into M&T Bank and, like I said, you have to open up a business checking account with them before you can even be considered for any other credit products, business credit cards, or lines of credit. So if you don't have the highest credit score, a personal credit score, but you have an established business, then you can definitely get business credit cards without having a hard inquiry on your personal credit. But like I said, all the other things have to check out. So that's all I really wanted to share for this video. If you're interested in how to build primary accounts, you can visit our website at www.creditplug.com. And until next time, y'all take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.